Dr. Hunter Gerhart is here with us. And Sheldon, we did a couple of stories in the last couple of weeks about being able to get hearing aids over the counter.
Yes.
Dr. Gerhart, what is that about? Glad you're here. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to be here.
Good. So glad you're here. Is that real? I mean, am I going to be able to go if anyone,
Yes.
if you need hearing aid? You don't need a prescription? I mean, how does this work?
Well, the Over-the-Counter Hearing Aid Act has actually been in the works for about the last 5 years, but it was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over-the-counter hearing aids are designed for people with a mild hearing loss, and you're going to see them at locations like Walgreens, CVS, places like that. So they're going to be more accessible and more available, but it is for a mild hearing loss. So
here's what I'm thinking. It's like they're in a package. And, you know, you have to, I just don't know who's going to do, what companies, I mean, how's that going to look? Can you turn them up? Can you turn them down? I mean, when people have hearing loss, I mean, you look at that. I mean, you need a doctor. You need like a whole deal. I'm scared about it.
Well, still the first step is to see an audiologist for an evaluation. So if you or a loved one is suspecting a hearing loss or noticing that the TV is up louder than it used to be, then the first step is to see an audiologist, have an evaluation, and discuss the options that are available, which include over-the-counter devices starting in October, but also prescription devices as well for people with more than a mild hearing loss.
Sure.
And so with these over-the-counter hearing aids, what kind of impact does that have on like the overall cost that people can expect?
That's a great question. You know, that's really the purpose of the over-the-counter hearing aids, is to provide a more affordable solution for individuals with a mild hearing loss.
What do you find whenever people come in? And I've just noticed, I was telling you, I was in radio, wore headphones forever, and as a young person would turn them up and, you know, loud music. Now, I'm like, ooh, people were serious when they said, you know, don't turn them up so loud. And now we have, like, Sheldon, you have AirPods, things that we put in our ears. Is that hurting us? Is that making a difference?
Well, it can if you are listening at a loud level for an extended period of time. So, you know, it's more possible now that things like that can occur just because headphones and AirPod use are much more widely available and are widely used more than they have been in the past.
Sure. Well, what are people saying? Have you got to talk to your patients and said, you know, this could be an option? I mean, are people wondering about it? Are they curious to?
Absolutely. Yeah, people are wondering, they're curious, and again, I think that the essential first step is to see an audiologist for an evaluation to determine what type of hearing loss that you have, what magnitude of hearing loss that you have, and explore all of the options that are available with a licensed professional.
That's such a good idea, because no matter, you have to know what kind of hearing loss that you have. So I think that's so smart, and it really, Livingston are people that are in our community that have been around forever. And so I'm so glad that you're here and telling us that just don't go and buy whatever product. I mean, really talk about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, an evaluation with a professional is still important, and you know, it's important to be an educated consumer as well and know all of the options that are available, including prescription devices and over-the-counter devices. And so at Livingston, you know, we're going to help guide you through that process and be there for you every step of the way.
I like the hearing aids that go in your ear. I mean, do you think people are like, I want the kind that people can't see?
Oh, absolutely.
But then, like, my son has the kind that he'll always have them over his ear, and people can really see. I mean, are people now in 2022, are they vain? Is it kind of this? Are they like, do you have one that matches my skin or has my favorite college, or, you know?
People are still concerned about appearance. I don't think that will ever change or go away. But that's the great thing about, you know, exploring all the options, because over-the-counter may not have an invisible solution or may not have a custom solution that goes all the way in the ear. But by visiting with a professional, you can explore all those options, because there are prescription devices that are completely invisible, that you cannot see at all, that are custom made for the shape and size of each individual's ear.
Sheldon, would you get an OU hearing aid?
I mean, I don't know about that. I'm kind of more on the team like invisible, just can't see it at all. But hopefully it never comes to it. That's what I'm hoping for. Take care of my ears a little bit.
Have you had any, and you're a young guy, but have you had any hearing or any?
Not that I am aware of. Haven't really had, you know.
You have pretty good hearing.
Been lucky that, yeah, my hearing is pretty good. I mean, I've been accused of having selective hearing, but I don't know if that's something a hearing aid can fix.
Well, Dr. Gerhart, tell us, you've seen children as young, I mean, little bitty, teeny, weeny kiddos, all the way up to grandparents. And what is it that people are most worried about that when they come in? Are they scared of the process? With kids, you have a little monkey that claps, or you know what I mean? Like, there's things that you can do to make people comfortable.
Right. Yeah, and that's our main goal, you know, for everyone, is to have everyone feel comfortable and really relinquish their problems to us so that we can help in any possible way. And you know, we don't believe at Livingston that our journey ends when the patient's fitted with hearing aids. It's actually just beginning.
Right.
We partner with patients to ensure that they're hearing the best possible throughout their hearing healthcare journey.
You were telling us that Livingston started in the 50s, and it was a family.
Yes, ma'am, and we're still family-owned today.
Really? That is not very often. That is pretty sweet. And I thought, you know, Livingston has been in Amarillo and the South Plains a long time, but you're saying, you know, maybe if you go and visit and there's a Livingston, it could be somewhere else that you could, you know, get help with also.
Absolutely.
Y'all are everywhere.
We are all over Texas, New Mexico, and we have offices in Colorado and Arizona as well. So
sweet.
More than likely there is a Livingston location near you.
I love that. Well, I'm so glad you came. So at the end you said, listen, I am for people who really need it, to make it easy, but to get them over the counter. Do you think it'll take off? Do you think it'll be okay?
I think so. I think that it's going to increase the awareness of hearing loss, and I think it's going to increase overall, and it's my hope that it increases overall the adoption of hearing aids, and that more people who could benefit from hearing aids will wear hearing aids. There are approximately 30 million Americans with hearing loss, yet only 14% wear prescription devices. So I'm hoping with this new regulation that more people will wear hearing aids and you know, hear better. That's our goal.
Do you love, Sheldon, we've done stories where people have put on hearing aids or device for the first time.
Yes.
And you've seen that with your own family.
I have.
That life is so much better when you can hear, and hearing is a big one. People say, oh, I don't, you know, I would hate to be blind. Yeah, we would too, but deafness
Hearing is what connects us to people in the world around us. And I'm a firm believer that hearing loss doesn't just affect the individual, it really affects the whole family.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that. Can we come see you?
Absolutely.
Are you taking patients?
We are. We are accepting new patients. We are doing complimentary hearing exams, and you can schedule an appointment by calling our office or visiting our website at www.lhac.com.
Okay. I kind of just want to go and see if I...
Please do.
Hey,
it's always great to get a baseline, too.
Right, right. And we know Sheldon can really, he's younger, so he can hear a little better.
Hey, hearing loss affects people of all ages.
It does. It sure does. Well, thank you for coming. Please come back.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope that we can talk about some more things. I think people are a little very, very curious, but don't know what to say and don't know how to talk about it.
And that's why, you know, seeing an audiologist for an evaluation is so important.
I love that. Well, thanks so much. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Always. So